Good afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Today on Newsfeed at noon, another impeachment complaint set to be filed this afternoon against Vice President Sara Duterte. A Pasay City Court orders the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology to release actress and businesswoman Neri Naig Miranda. Another milestone for Bini as their hit single, Cherry on Top, reaches 50 million streams on Spotify. And a look at Jaguar's much-awaited electric concept car, Type 00. Thanks for joining us. Another impeachment complaint set to be filed this afternoon against Vice President Sara Duterte. This comes amid mounting controversies hounding the VP. Let's get updates from Zandro Ochona, who's reporting from the Batasan complex. Zandro, what else can you tell us at the moment?
Last night we got word that there are at least 50 complainants who will file the second impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte. But there is also information that there might be more and could reach at least 70. The House Secretary General has extended their office to the North Lounge here at the Batasan Pambansa to accommodate everyone. This is to prevent the crowded situation last Monday when the first impeachment complaint was filed. Earlier, the group Karapatan staged a rally at the South Gate to show support to the complainants.
This afternoon, we will be, after this rally, we will be standing by this afternoon for the filing of the impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte, whom we believe should be accountable for betrayal of public trust, considering the various indications that she has used, the confidential and intelligence funds of her offices, of the Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education, not only for corruption, but also to perpetrate human rights violations and possibly including extrajudicial killings.
Mai, we're expecting the second impeachment complaint to be filed in less than an hour at 1 p.m. Mai?
Zandro, do we know who the complainants are? To recall, the first impeachment case against the VP was filed by various sectoral groups, including victims of extrajudicial killings.
Well, the complainants that we know so far include Cristina Palabay, the Secretary General of Karapatan, and of course, the chairperson of Bagong Alyansang Makabayan or Bayan, Teddy Casino. We also got word that Neri Colmenares, the former congressman of Bayan Muna Party List, will also be part of the complainants. Mai.
Right, thank you for that report, Zandro Ochona. Meanwhile, journalists who covered VP Sara's online press conference, where she threatened the first couple and the House Speaker, appear before the National Bureau of Investigation. Hannah T. is at the NBI and she joins us now for details. Hannah, go ahead.
My 3 journalists or Zoom participants appeared before the Cybercrime Division of the National Bureau of Investigation this morning. This is after the NBI issued subpoenas in connection with Vice President Sara Duterte's controversial statement during that Zoom meeting where she claimed to have talked to someone to assassinate President Bongbong Marcos Jr., First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, and House Speaker Martin Romualdez in the event of her own death. This is part of the NBI's efforts to investigate the inflammatory remarks made by the Vice President. The NBI earlier clarified that they issued subpoena to 12 participants from the meeting, including journalists, to explain their active participation. These active participants reportedly engaged with VP Sara by asking questions. The Bureau emphasizes that these individuals are not being treated as suspects or criminals. As of now, the 3 who appeared are journalists, with one of them actively questioning VP Sara during that Zoom meeting. Their explanations are still ongoing and they are accompanied by their legal counsel. Mai?
So, Hannah, 3 have shown up today, and you mentioned there are 12 participants all in all. Do you have information on when the others will show up?
My NBI Director Jaime Santiago mentioned last week that this is just the first batch. 4 more are scheduled to appear tomorrow, and the last batch will be on Friday. Back to you, Mai.
Thanks for that report, Hanati. A Pasay court orders the release of detained actress and businesswoman Neri Naig. This was confirmed by the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. Naig was arrested last week over charges of estafa and alleged violation of the Securities Regulation Code. She was accused of persuading individuals to invest in a skincare company that is not authorized to solicit investments from the public. She is currently at the hospital after undergoing medical evaluation. South Korea's biggest political crisis in decades quickly spiraling. Opposition lawmakers calling on President Yoon Suk-yeol to step down or face impeachment over his martial law declaration. Yoon's martial law lasted for only a few hours after it was unanimously voted down by 190 lawmakers in parliament. Under South Korean law, martial law must be lifted if parliament rejects it. Even Yoon's own party did not support his decree yesterday.
계엄을 해제한다 해도
He should step down. Resign immediately. This is the mandate of the people.
Even if martial law is lifted, he cannot avoid treason charges. It was clearly revealed to the entire nation that President Yoon could no longer run the country normally.
자리에서 내려와야 합니다.
Yoon said the declaration was meant to thwart what he called anti-state forces. Protesters then gathered outside Parliament as troops entered the building. It was the most serious challenge to South Korea's democracy since the 1980s. Manila's embassy in Seoul calling on Filipinos to stay calm as the political turmoil there unfolds. It also advises Filipinos to follow local advisories and closely monitor updates from the embassy. Some royal news now. King Charles hosts a lavish state banquet for Qatar's visiting emir. Britain's monarch also thanked Qatar for its efforts in mediating a ceasefire in Gaza. Britain is seeking deeper ties with a rich Gulf state with hopes of using the emir's visit to secure deals on economy and security.
If I may, I would particularly like to express the United Kingdom's deepest gratitude for your tireless mediation efforts over the past year in pursuit of peace in the face of unbearable heartache and suffering. In these most desperate of circumstances, Qatar's continued toil, perseverance, and diplomatic efforts are quite simply beyond compare.
Thailand holds its first Trooping the Color parade in honor of the king's 72nd birthday. This marked the return of the event after 16 years and the first of the king's reign. The ceremony took place at the Royal Plaza in Bangkok, featuring a parade of royal guards and an oath of allegiance ceremony. Troops from various sectors of the army participated, led by the king's fourth wife. We're taking a break. Still to come, another major step in Jaguar's shock rebranding as the luxury car maker unveils its much-hyped electric concept car. We'll give you a look when we return. Stay with us. Back at Newsfeed at noon, Philippine government vessels were once again harassed by the Chinese Coast Guard and Navy. Vessels from the Philippine Coast Guard and the Bureau of Aquatic and Natural Resources were on routine patrol in the vicinity of Bajo de Masinloc to support Filipino fishermen when Chinese vessels fired water cannons. The Chinese boats also sideswiped the Philippine vessels, blocked their path, and continued to conduct reckless maneuvers. The PCG says it will continue protecting the Philippines' maritime jurisdiction. The incident comes just days after the last harassment in Rosal Reef off Palawan. Vice President Sara Duterte now expected to face not just one but two impeachment complaints. But while some lawmakers believe the case against her is gaining momentum, removing an official from office is never a straight path forward. Agatha Gregorio takes us through the long impeachment process in Congress.
The impeachment process begins with filing an impeachment complaint at the office of the House Secretary General. The complaint must be verified or sworn to before the SecGen. The Secretary General then has 10 days to verify the complaint before it is included in the Chamber's order of business. After the complaint is referred to the Speaker of the House, the Committee on Justice will check if this is sufficient in form and substance. This means the form should be correct and the complaint should have basis. If insufficient, this would be returned to the SecGen. But if sufficient, the respondent will be given a copy of the resolution or complaint, and they will be made to reply within 10 days. If the respondent denies the accusations, the complainant may file a reply. Once all relevant documents such as affidavits and pleadings are received, the committee will hold a hearing if there are sufficient grounds for the impeachment. There are 6 grounds for impeachment: betrayal of public trust, culpable violation of the Constitution, bribery, treason, graft and corruption, and other high crimes. After the hearing, the committee will submit to the House a report with their recommendations within 60 days. And should most members of the committee agree that there is probable cause, they will submit a resolution setting forth the articles of impeachment. 1/3 of the members of the House should approve this resolution before endorsement to the Senate. The upper chamber will transform into an impeachment court with the senators as judges and the Senate president as presiding judge. The impeachment trial will commence at 2 o'clock in the afternoon every day, excluding weekends and holidays, until there is a final judgment. 2/3 of all members of the impeachment court must find the respondent guilty. If the respondent is not found guilty, it will take an entire year before a new impeachment case can be filed. But if the respondent is guilty, the official will be removed from office and will be barred from holding any other position in government. Agatha Gregorio, BNC.
The national government's outstanding debt surpasses 16 trillion pesos for the first time. As of end October, the debt has hit a record 16.02 trillion pesos, an increase of 0.8% from the previous month. This was mainly due to the depreciation of the peso against the US dollar, which weakened to the 58 level in October. But favorable fluctuations in third currencies helped mitigate the impact of the depreciation, reducing the increase by 40 billion pesos. Domestic debt stood at nearly 11 billion pesos, marking a decrease of 0.4% from September. External debt, on the other hand, surged 3.5% to 5.13 trillion pesos. Apple Pay and Google Play are reportedly looking at expanding to the Philippines. Bangko Sentral Governor or Deputy Governor Namerto Tangonan is quoted as saying they already had discussions with the digital payment platforms, though no formal applications have been filed yet. Tangonan also says Apple and Google will need to register with the BSP as an operator of payment systems or OPS. In Southeast Asia, Apple Pay and Google Play are available in Malaysia, Singapore, and Vietnam. Google Play can also be accessed in Cambodia. San Miguel Corporation is the country's best employer, according to Forbes magazine. SMC ranks the highest among 7 Filipino companies on Forbes' 2024 list, landing at number 89. The country's oldest conglomerate, Ayala Corporation, ranks 273rd. Metrobank is at 415th, followed by Land Bank at 454th. Lucio Tan's LT Group is at 694th. Topping this year's list worldwide is Microsoft, followed by Alphabet and Samsung Electronics. Luxury car maker Jaguar joining the shift toward electric vehicles. The company has unveiled its new Type 00 model, which will offer a driving range of up to 770 kilometers. This marks a major step in Jaguar's plan to transition into an all-electric car manufacturer. It also comes in the wake of rebranding its logo. Jaguar recently moved away from its iconic Big Cat logo to a text version. We're taking another breather. Up ahead, a German family sets the world record for having the most number of Christmas trees in one place. Find out their winning count after the break.
Good morning, I'm Mai Rodriguez, and you're watching Basis Points, where we dive deep into the numbers and the stories that drive our economy and shape our world.
Stay ahead of the curve with the latest on financial dynamics.
Government officials are praising the recent move by the S&P Global. The Philippine stock market continues to plummet. The Philippine Economic Zone Authority is on track.
Join us as we delve into the evolving economic landscape. Mikey Oreta, Basis Points. 9:30 a.m. only on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
In the world of business, expansion is inevitable.
So I was a serial dater.
Not just a serial entrepreneur.
Yes.
You need fresh perspectives.
Different perspectives, different capabilities.
The sense of fulfillment, the sense of accomplishment. It's like you gave birth.
The relationships we have, how we treat our people. For me, that is the essence.
I'm Ces Orenia Drilon at ito ang Usapang Bilyonaryo.
Good morning, everyone!
A platter of positivity, a cup of the hottest information, and a slice of what to expect for the whole day. With excitement, positivity, and fun, join Paulo Del Rosario, Ann Asis Carrillo, and Monique Tuzon.
It's a beautiful day!
7 a.m. on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Your newest source of news and information.
That's it?
Follows you everywhere, every day.
Wow!
Oh, man.
On cable and free TV. Online.
He joins us from the Batasang Commercial.
On mobile.
Simulan na natin ang agenda.
This is BNC, and we are everywhere.
You're still watching Newsfeed at noon. P-pop powerhouse Beanie marks another milestone as their hit single Cherry on Top reaches 50 million streams on Spotify. And to celebrate this feat, the nation's girl group released a special behind-the-scene vlog of their shoot for the song's music video. This comes on the heels of their sold-out 3-night concert at the Araneta Coliseum last month. Beanie's next single, titled Blink Twice, will be released early next year. From one power girl group to another, K-pop stars Twice teases its comeback song with American female rapper Megan Thee Stallion. Titled Strategy, the highly anticipated collaboration will be released on December 6th, Friday. It will be the first off their upcoming mini-album of the same title. Megan previously collaborated with Twice in the remix of their hit song, Mamushi. If you think you love Christmas, well, think again. A German family holds the world record for having the most number of Christmas trees in their home. The count, 605. The Christmas trees can be found behind their unassuming white door in the northwestern German town of Rinteln. They were decorated with 120,000 ornaments and some 50,000 lights, making the place burst with sparkle and color. The trees fill almost the entire house, including the bathroom. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas in Pasay City as shoppers at the Mall of Asia are treated to a grand holiday experience. Sujin Kim takes us there.
The Mall of Asia in Pasay City transformed into a dreamscape of lights, offering a dazzling spectacle for visitors. The event features captivating interactive zones filled with glowing installations, art pieces, and whimsical displays.
It's a moment where we come together to experience the wonder of light in all its forms, whether it's the larger-than-life displays or the intimate glowing installations around us.
6 larger-than-life interactive zones were installed at the Sky North Entertainment Mall of MOA, creating a magical experience for guests, including the Crystal Light Odyssey, a mesmerizing display filled with mirrors that reflect and refract light, a cosmic labyrinth, an inflatable maze with hypnotic black and white patterns and gradient blue highlights, luminous butterflies that illuminate the enchanted forest, glowing crystal eggs that change colors, adding a futuristic touch, shimmering metallic spheres for that mystical vibe, and the Colossal Titans, a magical landscape dotted with gigantic glowing mushrooms.
As you explore our illuminated wonderland, let these displays inspire awe and remind us all of the magic light brings: hope, warmth, and endless possibilities.
Mall-goers who have a minimum single receipt purchase of 2,000 pesos can seize the opportunity to combine sightseeing with Christmas shopping.
We invite you to embark on a journey through a spectacle of color and innovation. The MOA Night of Lights is more than just an event. It's a celebration of art, technology, and the power of imagination.
Sujin Kim, BNC.
And those are the news this hour. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Keep it here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Good afternoon.